Duran Duran, a band that sort of really led to our first... I guess the first time we heard of the group was when you were out on tour with on a national basis with Hazel O'Connor. You're sort of grouped with what they call new romantic music, but it strikes me that the thing is that you do have synthesizers in the band, and that's why it happened. How did Duran Duran first start going? Simon, can I ask you?
Well, Duran Duran started going about 3 years ago, actually, with John, the bass player, and Nick. And they were doing kind of avant-garde, left-field kind of music with clarinets and things, wasn't it?
Two-bass.
Very interesting kind of music.
Did people take it seriously at
Well,
that stage?
we did the Arts Lab circuits in Birmingham, and basically the band just split 50-50 because half of the band wanted to play rock and roll and half of the band wanted to go funky. And so we drafted in Roger, who'd been playing in one or two sort of punk bands in Birmingham, and he had to make the transition from Rat Scabby's impersonations to like Tony Thompson impersonations, which wasn't easy. And sort of around that nucleus, we went through a series of God knows how many lineups, auditioning guys, playing gigs with totally different lineups, until about March of last year, Andy joined us from the...
and exactly a year ago today, I joined. Exactly a year ago. So it's our first birthday today.
Congratulations.
Good Lord. You never got me a card?
At what stage did you actually divine the direction that you were definitely going to go in then?
Well, it's never been kind of formalised. You've never actually thought about it. I think the direction we go into is the direction we're heading in.
Yeah, I think the initial formalisation. Yeah, but I think it's fair to say that the initial formalisation was around about summer of '78, through to '79.
You must have felt quite isolated though at that stage, because in a sense this sort of music was more southern, down around the London area.
Well, we used to get really slagged off, I mean, we still do get slagged off in Birmingham, but when we started using like disco rhythms and things, I mean, this was long before Spandau came along. I mean, they were nurturing in London, we were nurturing in Birmingham, neither of whom were aware of the other's presence.
Yes.
It was one of the main problems that we had in getting a guitarist, for instance, in that we wanted somebody who had the raunch and rock and roll of, say, Johnny Thunders, but could also, come in with a Steve Cropper rhythm. It was essential that we wanted that. So I think to an extent we did formalise in our minds what we wanted exactly.
I think the direction is, in a way, dictated, is that right? Is that English?
Dictated by?
Yes, dictated by the actual, the personalities of the five guys in the band, as much as the kind of music we all like anyway.
Yeah. Do you still get on as mates?
Oh yeah, very much so. I think that's fun. Both with Simon and Andy, they joined more on a personal level before the musical thing.
Right.
Because, I mean, we knew we were going to take a lot of flack, and I think that's so important that the band is very together.
It's funny actually, because people who know us always say we're always bitching about each other, we always do it in front of each other, we slag each other off to our faces,
all the time.
But, that's
you swine, you.
Yeah. Just look what he's wearing. Can you see if you could see the state of his trousers, it's disgusting.
I'd rather not bother. The album is just out, and I think people are going to be quite surprised, because it's not all the same as the singles that we've heard from you, is it?
No, obviously the Planet Earth was we released as a how can I say heralding for Duran Duran. It had a sort of
trailer. Yeah.
It had
that all the toe into the water.
Yeah. Like, we released it because it had a certain anthemic quality, we felt, and it was felt it was a good pop single, but nevertheless the album we've been able to use as more of an experimentation ground.
Yes. And I mean, a chance to just kind of go into things that we wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's one track on the album, the last track, Tel Aviv, which was purely written in the studio. We've been doing it for like years. It was the first song, in fact, that Duran Duran ever played, with the clarinets and all. But it still grows, does it? Even every time you do it. Yeah.
So well, now, I mean, this one's completely changed now.
That's funny, actually. There's a funny story, because we used to play it, and it was very long drawn out, so a very conceptual piece of work. And
then it got based around some words that I wrote.
Yeah, and we tried to make the words more, the music to fit the words more, and then the words didn't need to be there any longer. It seemed to work so well.
So we took away the lyrics and just have some
Hindu wailing.
Well, it's not Hindu. Come off it. That's Lebanese.
Oh, sorry.
Lebanese mountain wailing.
Great. What about live gigs for Duran Duran? What's coming up in the near future?
Well, we're doing a tour. We're starting off on the 29th. We'll be playing London, the Hammersmith, the Odeon Hammersmith, on the 9th of July. And it's going to be, for us, it's the biggest thing we've done yet, sort of live.
So you get the flutter in the stomach at the thought of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
not really. I'm really looking forward to it. I
Yeah.
can't bear hanging about. You know, we've been sort of talking about this tour. We've been working on the arrangement for the tour for about a month and a half now.
Yeah, we've gone out on a limb to an extent in that we are playing places like Hammersmith Odeon and Edinburgh Odeon, things like that. But we did want to make sure that we were able to play to everybody.
Yeah,
we didn't want to
just
play.
can't get into clubs.
You know,
it's true.
yeah, I mean, most
all over it.
Yeah, the
Things
kids
like
who write to us, they're sort of 14 and 15. It'd be wrong of us to go and play some gay club in North Wales or whatever. And also, we want to put on a good show.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Britain. Any chances of people abroad seeing you soon?
We should be going to the States in September, where we're number 4 and number 12 in New York at the moment.
That's what in the disco chart.
Yeah.
Disco chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite sort of.
I think Portugal.
encouraging,
We're number
actually.
4 in Portugal,
We're
so
number
we might be going to
four.
Portugal.
Believe it or not, we're number 4 in Israel as well. So
All right. Go out and
look
get us
out over
some.
there. Oh, definitely.
Gentlemen, thank you for talking to us today. Any particular track you'd like me to play off the album? Is there a new single?
Girls on Film is the new
yeah.
single.
Here it comes. Smile, please.
Thank you.